In this video, we will talk about how to properly fight with your spouse.
Watch to the end because this is going to help you turn your differences from pain to purpose and will help you strengthen your marriage. Hi, my name is Toby Huyssen. This is Ginny. If you're interested in videos and lessons about how to live out worship in your marriage, family, and at work, then start by subscribing and clicking the bell.
Please check out all of our social media channels coming up on the screen right now.
And in the description below.
Woohoo!
So to celebrate 10 years of marriage, we're making 10 videos of lessons we've learned that we want to share with you.
Today we are going to learn about how to fight fair.
And we're going to take our ideas from The Core of a Good Fight by Drs. Les and Leslie. We love their outline and how they present that. We want to add a few thoughts of our own. The first important thing in a good fight is cooperation. You have to remember that both must win. See, the idea about marriage is two are now one. So if one of us loses, we both lose. So it's about both of us winning. So if we cooperate in a sense that it's us working out things so that our marriage is stronger, we're both going to win. It's a perspective change on how we view our fights.
The second point we want to make is ownership. You have to be able to own up to your mistakes, own up to your faults. When you say something that is out of anger, when you say or do something that is out of anger, you have to be able to bring yourself to own up to that fault.
And say sorry.
That's
I'm
right.
sorry.
For what?
I don't know. The next point is respect, and it's very important to respect each other and to respect boundaries. Here's something that's very important. When it comes to fighting, there should be boundaries. In essence, there should be rules to how we should fight. Just like in boxing. When you're boxing, there's something called hitting below the belt. We don't want to hit below the belt because at that point, we get to a crazy cycle of outdoing one another's pain and hurt. So you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you more. You hurt me more, I'm gonna hurt you even more. And it just gets way out of hand. And so having boundaries helps us avoid getting lost in that craziness. The next point is empathy. We need to be able to put ourselves in the shoes of our spouse, especially during the fight. We need to understand where they're coming from. We need to understand what they're really saying. And we also need to understand how they're feeling. That will help us so much in being able to connect with them again and be able to resolve the difference that we have. We want to give you an example of rules of engagement. That is something that whenever someone comes to us for marriage counseling, we start with how to fight, and we start with the rules of engagement or fighting fair. And so for us, we want to give you a quick example. For Ginny,
For me, I told Toby that if we were to have an argument or a disagreement or a fight, that I wouldn't want him, or I don't want him to walk out. I don't want him to walk out when things are unresolved and he would just leave out of anger. So that is something that I consider to be very hurtful and below the belt.
because it's like me abandoning her and rejecting her all in one. One thing that is a rule for me is that when I apologize, I want that Ginny will acknowledge that I've apologized and accept that. I don't want to feel the rejection of a no or ignoring that, because the only time that I will apologize is when I really realize that I've done something wrong. And at that point, I'm putting my heart on the line, and I don't want to feel rejected.
So in this situation, when Toby apologizes, it doesn't mean that he wants me to be okay right away, because there will be many times where we fight and we apologize to each other and things are still kind of heated at that moment. But when he comes to apologize, what he wants is for me to acknowledge that he is really sorry. And that is something that I have to learn to accept and to give.
So remember the core of a good fight. And if you start fighting fair, and if you start working together to improve the way you fight, your fights will change from just hurting each other, getting mad, and then making up, to actually being something where you learn how to be a better husband or better wife, and it makes your marriage stronger. So it changes the differences from pain to having a purpose of making you stronger as a couple.
We have a challenge for you.
So our challenge today is that you take some time with your spouse and talk about some rules that you have. What is below the belt for you? Because each person is different. So what's the below the belt for your wife? What's the below the belt for your husband? Learn and understand that, and then honor that and respect that when you fight. Thank you for joining us. If this video was helpful for you, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. If you have any other questions that we can answer for you, please put it in the comments below or connect with us through our social media.
Please check out our social media channels. We have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It's Toby and Ginny Huyssen.
Yes, and if you're interested in worship music or lessons on worship leading, please connect to Gloryfall on the social media coming up on the screen now. Thank you, and God bless you.